What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to look at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. As you guys know, yesterday's video and the one prior, we were discussing the potential dip that was coming for the market. It's pretty much what we've been discussing on the channel for quite some time now. I know I've switched from being fairly bullish the past 3 months to now slowly teeter-tottering back into a more bearish scenario. Hopefully you guys understand why. Most of you probably do, but for those of you that are newly subscribed, definitely make sure to watch till the end because I do have quite a bit of things to reference back to as to why I've converted from a bullish perspective now to a bearish one. Otherwise, besides that, we will be looking at the other cryptocurrencies, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, like I've discussed. And you can see we did have quite a big drop yesterday. It's okay in size, but there is reasons for this. We started at 93, fell all the way down to about 86, which is a fairly big drop if you ask me. It's about $700 on Bitcoin, which is not too bad. So I do want to discuss everything that's going on. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This way it helps out the YouTube algorithm. And remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there and I will get to them. Otherwise, let's move on to the rest of the video. Alright, so before we jump into everything about the channel, once again, huge shout out to everybody supporting me on Patreon. If you guys haven't seen the tweets, we actually broke 100 patrons yesterday or the day prior. I believe it was yesterday, which is absolutely incredible. The fact that we managed to break 100 blows my mind. And with that, I think we're now at like 102 or 103. Absolutely incredible, insane. That means that a lot of people are enjoying the content and the information provided there, which is a great, sign to me that it is working and you guys enjoy it. So I will keep making sure that that information is pushed out there for you guys' analytics and your trades. Otherwise, to move on into today's video, and we'll talk about Patreon a little bit in a second, but in regards to today's video or yesterday's video, we were looking at this. This is pretty much the video I put out. 2 days left for XRP, Ripple, and Bitcoin. And you guys, I discussed a couple of things. Basically, what you can get from this chart right here. Very simple. Nothing is, hidden. But what you see is tons of sideways trading. As we know in crypto, when prices flatline, when prices don't move, when prices stay stagnant like this, it's usually right around the corner to what could be a big pump in the price, big volume coming in, regardless volumes coming in, or it's a big dump in the price and we correct lower. And as you'll see later in today's episode, that is exactly what happened. Also, moving forward to the current coin market cap, this is my way of refreshing my mind and everything as to what is to be expected when looking at the charts. We see that most of everything is up about maybe no more than 1% all across the board. We did bottom out. We did take another dump yesterday, as you can see, slowly consolidating downwards, and it looks good. I did put a trade in, as you guys know. If you had me on Patreon, you would have seen my trade, and I did make a trade that was profitable as expected. I had a lot of DMs yesterday actually asking if I was still putting in stop losses, if I was still shorting the market, and I did sell off just ever so slightly. I took some profit, but I do believe long term we are going to see some lower movements, and it is going to be very quick, very fast, very big, very aggressive, and you guys definitely need to make sure you are paying attention so that you do not miss out on any of these movements. So obviously let's start with DueDEX, I guess, really quickly. DueDEX, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, very simple and obvious as to what is happening. For those of you that don't know what DueDEX is the website that I use to buy long, to sell short, to use stop losses, risk manage only supports Okay, I don't know why that's popping up. 1 to 25. I think I have that on here too, but whatever the reason is for that, that's good news. The leverage trades, but ultimately what I did and what you should do is consider shorting very soon. The reason I shorted was because when I noticed the last time I bought in, which was closer, I think I bought in closer to like 9,300, somewhere around that. Reason being was I noticed we hit the resistance. We had on the Bitcoin chart on on DueDEX, we had this downtrend, and every time we've hit it, we break bearish. Every time we hit it, we break bearish. Usually forms in some sort of uptrend here, some sort of, ascending movement, and then we hit it and we break bearish through it. You can see the same ascending movement is happening. There is definitely some gap left to fill, but I don't believe we could be doing. It's definitely possible for us to be doing that. We could easily head back up, retest a lower high closer to 96, but you can see these lower highs are being set. First is at 11, then 10, now 9, and then, so on and so forth. But ultimately, I do believe we are going to be rejected, as we've done the past 2 times, and this will be the 3rd higher low. And there's a good chance we're going to break very, very aggressively to the downside. We have a very big wick as we formed. Just as quick as we went up, we went down. This is on the weekly, so obviously keep that in mind. But ultimately, we got rejected from this price, which is a great sign. It means that my indicators are fairly certain that I am going to be right in reference to the fact that we're probably going to fall soon. But ultimately, I put a short in closer up here. And then I was like, okay, there's a good chance we're going to go lower, but ultimately we do have this uptrend and there is still room here, so I'll probably sell off as we get closer to the bottom. So I sold my position closer to the uptrend, and as you can see, we're starting a green candle now, so it was a good thing that I sold off. Made a couple $100, but ultimately, and that's only on a small move. Ultimately, for those of you that don't want to play around with bigger leverages and stuff like that, as we get closer to this resistance, or if we break the uptrend, there's a very big chance it's going to dump very aggressively, a couple $1,000, and you guys should definitely be prepared for that. If you guys want to continue following my trades, though, definitely make sure to check out my Patreon. Patreon is where I've been talking about all of my trades, my live updates, stop losses, buying long, selling short, risk management, everything under the sun, limit orders, market orders. If you guys are interested in learning that, definitely make sure to check it out. We now have over 100 people that are involved in that community, and it is growing substantially, so definitely make sure you're in it. And then we use DueDEX as a tool to trade Bitcoin, and eventually they will be adding other cryptos. They had a Tether, and I do believe Ethereum is on the way, and potentially XRP. And we'll be using this mainly as my trade platform. It's good to be consistent with one platform. DueDEX is the one that I chose, and I really enjoy the layout and everything like that. Very simple to use, and the selling short option just like really no hate towards Coinbase and things like that, but the fact that it's not this simple, Coinbase Pro or whatever, it used to be DueDEX, now it's Coinbase Pro. DueDEX is so much better. The fact that you can sell short is amazing. Now, I still use Coinbase Pro to sell off and exchange my Bitcoin to fiat, but I trade the Bitcoin on DueDEX and then I move things around. Very simple. All these links are in the description. I think you can make up to like $70 in free Bitcoin by signing up to DueDEX. So definitely make sure to check these out. They do help support the channel, both my Patreon and DueDEX. Otherwise, moving on to the other cryptos, we've discussed now that we did break bearish. That was looking at Bitcoin on the weekly. We're now going to look at Bitcoin on the daily. And I guess before we do that, we'll jump into XRP because I know we have a lot of XRP hodlers. Obviously, we got rejected from our middle moving average as expected. We have a downtrend resistance and we have a bottom support. We're filling in the gap now. So there's really not much you can do but wait for this. And this is going to be absolutely insane when we get closer to here. And the reason being is because there is, if we take a step back really quickly, on the weekly, we have a massive, and I mean massive, downtrend, massive descending triangle, which comes to a point right freaking here. And it's going to do one of obviously two things. We're either going to set the record for where XRP is going to head to, which is a massive movement to the upside, or we're going to break lower, which will be insane news and ultimately telling everybody that, XRP is not doing all that well. We'll probably be breaking below our all-time lows. The lowest, we've gone is closer to 13 cents, and we've actually gone lower than that just a couple of weeks ago. So, you got to be really careful with XRP right now, guys. I know there's a lot of hope right in this coin, but honestly, Bitcoin seems to be the one thing that's still proving to make positive return on investment after each year. So that's my mindset. Otherwise, going back to Bitcoin is rejecting its resistance. We've discussed this. You guys know why. Once again, for those of you new to the channel, clear Elliott wave drawn, we have our start 0, A, B, C, D. Now, we just completed C to D, which is why I was bullish the past 3 months. You can see this now. I do believe I'm switching bearish for the next couple of months as well, as we start to correct to the downside and complete the D to E formation. Ultimately, that's what I am anticipating and expecting. So definitely keep a close eye on that. I think the dump is going to happen very quickly. You can already see that the price has taken a massive downtrend. We've gotten rejected from our resistance very strongly here, and it looks like we're going to start to go downwards. Ultimately, I definitely would say we're hitting $7,800. We may get closer to 55. Long shot, but consider it still a possibility. And then just to look at the other cryptos, I'm trying to keep everything around 10 minutes long on the channel, video wise, but more consolidation with Litecoin. Same thing with Ethereum falling down, still above its middle moving average, but I do believe Bitcoin starts heading down. Ethereum's going to tank. Litecoin's going to tank. Litecoin is still filling the gap here, very similar to XRP is. There's still a little bit of movement. It ends right at its climax at around $38 and closer to July 4th. So there's going to be some crazy stuff happening in the next couple of months, guys. I definitely want to explore it with you. But if you are new to the channel, that's pretty much going to wrap up the rest of the video. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, follow me on Twitter, CryptoViaOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. And I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon if we can keep this momentum up on the channel. Probably another $200. The last one went fairly smoothly, fairly simple. But otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.